Good evening, Lake Orion, Michigan. Hope you're doing well and having a fantastic week. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas. Yes, welcome to the program this evening. Crisp fall air, Tigers on the brink of death, Lions didn't look good, MSU not so good, U of M didn't play a real opponent, and
Dragons look good.
we'll talk about it.
Dragons look good.
Dragons look good, we'll get to it. Kind of a crummy sports weekend, aside
Unless
from
you're
that.
a dragon, yeah.
Well, you know, Dragons are holding it down.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get started with the Tigers. We got the Grim Reaper.
Yep.
We got the organist. We got the makings
games.
for a funeral.
Yep. If you look at it here, the Tigers blew 2 games.
They blew their
They
diaper.
blew the Cleveland game. They blew the Cleveland game with Papa Grande. And then, of course, the Omar Infante error. You know what I mean? But you got to look at it here. But if there's a little slim of hope, Chicago's got to go to the West Coast.
Yep.
Well, the Tigers just have Oakland, and then they play Minnesota, Kansas City. But Kansas City's been a problem for them.
Well,
Reaper?
here's how I look at it here.
Okay,
Remember 2009.
sure do.
How many games were the Tigers up on the Twins at this point?
At this point, they were 3 games up on the Twins.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
The Twins and the Tigers played game 163. The Twins went on to face the Yankees and lost, got swept in the playoffs.
And where would game 163 be at?
In 2012,
Yes,
Detroit, Michigan,
that it will.
Comerica
I
Park.
think history repeats itself here.
You're holding on to hope.
Oh, yes.
Game 163.
Yes.
So
It's over.
you have no faith in that.
I have no faith in this team because if
You
look
haven't
at-
had faith in this team since like
You look
April
at this team
7th.
here. You look at this team here with the Tigers.
Yeah,
Let's look at it here.
I'm looking
You know,
right
they
at it.
haven't been consistent.
No.
They're still getting up the double plays.
Yes.
If you look at it here, I mean, the starting pitching showed up,
You're
but Delman
great.
Young's gone bye-bye.
Wait, he
And
had
then-
3 RBI.
Yeah, he's gone bye-bye.
He had 3 RBI last game yesterday.
Yeah, but
They still left bases,
still
left bases
man.
loaded on
How about if they played acceptable defense?
Omar Infante's error was the difference.
How about if Prince Fielder can put his glove in the dirt, scoop it up? You know, my God, this defense. You think a defense can't kill a team? I think we're seeing a defense kill
I
a
think
team.
Victor Martinez comes back and plays first base, and Prince goes DH. next year.
You are out of your league.
Next year?
No
Could
way.
happen.
No way.
Could happen.
They're not going to pay $23 million for a DH for the next 8 years. Not
It
happening.
could.
Could happen.
Not happening.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. All right, Sam, I want to ask you a question. He already told us how it could happen. I know you don't think it will happen, but in your mind, what's one way the Tigers could still win this division?
If Chicago loses at least gets swept by the Angels, which can happen, and then, of course, you got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got
A 4-gamer.
a 4-gamer series there, and of course, even though the game's in Chicago, but Tampa Bay is right now in the deck of a wild card chase and in a playoff race for the AL East. LA is in the same boat with Chicago, with Texas and Oakland for a chance to get the wild card. You know,
Right.
if you look at it here, Chicago could easily slip those 3 games up. You know, and slip those 4 games up. You know what I mean?
All right, what about
Tigers
this?
need to take advantage of their games with Minnesota and Kansas City.
What about this?
That's been a problem, if you remember, too. Both of you guys. The Tigers have had problems with both
Especially
Minnesota
late
and
in the
Kansas
year.
City.
Especially Kansas City.
Especially Kansas City as of late. But if you remember, Kansas City did sweep Chicago last time. They also swept Detroit, too. So, I mean,
And Kansas City is 10-5 against the White Sox this year. Last 3 games in KC for Chicago.
If Kansas City gets
Huh?
swept by Chicago, I think if you look at it here, I think the Tigers can take 2 or 3 from Oakland. I think it's
if
gonna be a
Chicago
one-game series.
sweeps Kansas City, how about the other way around? Kansas City sweeps Chicago.
Yeah, how about that, mister?
And the Tigers can sweep Oakland or take 2
I
or
don't
3.
see that happening. Well, you look. All right, let's talk about the Oakland matchup real quick. because that is obviously going to be the hardest matchup, supposedly, for the rest of the year. They got a pitcher going tonight, whatever his name is, the rookie, who hasn't lost a game yet and has a sub-2 ERA.
It'll be very interesting. I wonder how he'll do against Cabrera, Fielder, and then, you know.
Yeah, well.
You know, the one guy I'm most curious to see is Brandon Inge.
He's not playing in this series, but the guy I'm curious to see is Jonas Cespedes. He is a heavy hitter. He can hit home runs. He's bats for power. Of course, he's a rookie from Oakland. You know, he's a good player. Very
Didn't
good
Rod
player.
Allen say that he had to do his homework on Oakland?
Rod Allen did his homework on Oakland?
He
Is he gonna
said
suit up?
yesterday during the game that he had to do his homework on Oakland.
Is he in the lineup tonight?
No.
Rod Allen?
No, but
Oh.
I mean, talking about scouting and the names, and because Oakland's got a lot of no-namers that are doing very well.
Sure, a lot of young bucks.
Bob Melvin, I think, will be manager of the year. You got Robin Ventura as well over there at Chicago.
I think Rob Ventura lost that. I think it's Bob Melvin.
I think it's Bob Melvin.
What about Buck Showalter?
Possible, or Baltimore could be in the playoffs.
Now look at this. Buck Showalter in the AL East is half game back from the Yankees. Come on. That's got to earn consideration right there. But, all right, no more manager of the year talk. We'll get to it when the time comes. This Oakland series, how do you see it playing out? What do you got, Sam?
I look at it here. I think Tigers can take 2 or 3.
You think they're taking 2 or 3?
I think the Tigers. I think the Tigers could be one game back before or after the series.
Tony?
Tigers sweep.
Tigers sweep.
Tigers sweep.
All right, Tigers are getting swept, I guess.
No.
Yep, you just jinxed them. Just kidding. Just kidding. Go back to bed. All right, well, any final words on the Tigers?
Well, they better start winning.
Any looking in the camera and pleading for hope
They
messages?
have no hope. Bye-bye.
Tell them right now.
They have no hope. If they win the Central, it'll be a miracle on 34th Street.
It's a terrible movie.
That is.
All right. I want you to look in the camera and give a heartfelt plea to the Tigers.
Just win. Simple as that. Just win.
Oh, sorry. All right, just win. It's pretty simple. Nothing has been simple about this year, though.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Nope.
So, all right. Well, that's it for Tiger Talk, huh?
Yep.
It's a lot different when we're not live, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the fervor and the punch isn't there. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk a big old sports roundup right here on Between Taorminas.
On ONTV.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I paid for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where dreams are made and crushed all at once, right here live on TV. Boys, sorry, no contact for Sammy. No physical contact. Anthony, sports hodgepodge.
Yep.
Yep. Sport hodgepodge. Makes sense because so many things happen.
All right, put up a graphic, we'll talk about it. I don't remember what's first. The Lions, all right. Detroit.
It's done. What? You look at it here.
You know I'm going to start calling you?
What?
Oliver Stone.
You
want to know why?
Why?
You're the king of too soon.
You look at it here.
You're the king of too soon.
They lost last week to San Francisco.
San Francisco's pretty good.
It was game 2.
San Francisco's deep.
Might be the best team in the
well.
NFL.
They played very well. Frank Gore and Vernon Davis, heck, they won me a fantasy match this week. I mean, like.
How many points did Frank Gore get? He didn't do that well.
17 points for my league.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And Vernon Davis got 24.
Yeah, Vern Davis killed it.
Yes. The Lions are not a good team this year. They're not.
Pardon me, what? I was making fun of you.
They're
They're not a good team this year.
No, they're not. Because
All right,
if you
why?
look at offensive line was not very good. Stafford struggled.
What was wrong with the offensive line?
Stafford struggled.
Talk to me about what was wrong with the offensive line.
The offensive line did not play good.
How not? How not? Pass
If you
protection?
Look at, pass protection wasn't great. You know, San Francisco brought pressure.
Oh
you know,
my gosh.
It wasn't good.
Pass protection was fine.
It wasn't good.
Secondary obviously is an issue. That was something that
Well, when you got
needs to be discussed.
three starters out.
But I mean, also, if you look at it, you know, give credit where credit's due. San Francisco did well. Stafford, they had a chance. The Lions had a chance. If you look at it, at the
Missed
end
a
of the
field
game.
goal.
Well,
Opportunity
Jason
for.
Hansen did great.
Yeah. Well, he missed a field goal.
Yeah, other than the field goal, other than that, he did very well.
Well, that's the only thing he's supposed to be doing is kicking field goals.
Right.
Yeah. Well.
They play Tennessee next week.
Yes. Well, let's.
They'll win this week.
You think they'll win this
They'll
week?
win this week.
Yeah,
Why?
they'll win.
Because I think the Lions have they're going to air it out. Tennessee's defense is not very good. They're one of the lowest. They're one of the lowest teams down in the league.
Okay.
In
How
the league
so?
When it comes defensively. Not good against the pass.
Yards per game, not good
They're
against
not
pass.
good against pass.
Brady shredded him.
Yep.
What's his name shredded him? Who are they just played? Philip Rivers.
Yeah, San Diego. Yep.
Thank you, Philip Rivers, fantasy team for me.
Yeah, the Lions will win this week.
Lions will win. No problems there.
No objection.
What about Chris Johnson?
He'll struggle against the Lions defense.
How many yards does he have in 2 games? 18? 19?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean that.
Guess who their number 1 rusher is on the Titans?
Jake Locker.
Bingo. Yep. All right, moving on. What's next? There it is.
No comment.
No comment.
Because all Michigan did
They
was
beat a Division II team.
Yeah. Well, then again, they did lose to a division. They did lose to a 1AA team.
Named?
Appalachian State.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember that also well. Spartan fans remember that real well.
Michigan did what they had to do. They beat UMass, who, you know, they obviously massacred UMass. Got a big game coming up against Notre Dame.
Yes.
Very big game. It's going to be a good test for Michigan. Not like Alabama, but it'll be a good test for the Wolverines to see where they're at.
It's in South Bend.
It's in South Bend, so that means another road game. It's a
night
game.
National television. What do we think?
The jokes of NBC.
What do we think?
I'm gonna say that
56-0.
No, I'm gonna say Michigan wins this.
What?
No, I take it back. I'm gonna say Notre Dame wins this 21-17.
I'm going to actually say Michigan wins this game,
Michigan
wins it for the Big Ten. I think because what Notre Dame has done to the Big Ten in the past, you know, they've humiliated the Big Ten. Now you've heard that they're going to go to the ACC. They're going to, you know, they're probably going to end the rivalries with Michigan, Michigan State, and Purdue, which is a shame.
Well, I believe they have a contract with MSU for a long time.
But no, they're going to end it. They've already said it. They've already stated they're going to.
They said it.
Yes.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're scared.
So I'm going to say Michigan wins this game, mostly because I'm not very certain they can stop Denard Robinson in terms of his speed.
I think if they're going to win, it's going to have to be a shootout. Whatever that QB for Notre Dame is and Denard.
God.
And I take a pro-state approach, but it's just I do think Michigan will beat Notre Dame.
If they do, it would be something else. All right, next topic. Boom, Spartans. Ouch.
3 points.
Ouch.
3 points.
At home.
At home against Notre Dame. Offensively, defense I thought was fine. You know what I mean? But
it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
Offensively, it was just ugly. 8 drop passes.
Oof.
Maxwell struggled. The receiver struggled. Where was Tony Lippett in this game? Where was Arnett in this game? You know what I mean? Like, they didn't show up ready to play. Their wide receivers didn't show up ready to play. Also, the offensive line did well. Le'Veon Bell did everything he could do, but it's the passing game. If Michigan State doesn't get that balance, they ain't going to win the Big Ten.
And this one's not on Maxwell either. 8 drop passes. 8 drop passes. Sitting him in the hands. What else can he do? What do you think?
Michigan State, I feel very confident they're going to bounce back against Eastern Michigan. I think what happens
I hope so.
What happens to a team when they lose is how do you respond to a loss? How do you respond to adversity? I think Michigan State is going to respond well, respond with a vengeance.
Let's rewind the clock 1 year ago. When they lost Notre Dame, what did they do after that?
They beat Ohio State.
They went on a tear.
They went on a tear. It's probably going to happen here too.
Just saying.
They're going to steamroll Eastern this week.
I think Eastern might pull the upset.
No, they won't.
No, they sure won't. Mike Hart, I think, is suiting up, though.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. Got to babysit little brother. No. All right, next topic is the tombstone that is the NHL.
Gary Bettman! Why? You are a disgrace to hockey. Are you a crybaby? You're a Princess Pony Puff. Except now we gotta make you wear a Powerpuff Girl outfit. Because you're a loser. You are a loser. You're the reason why hockey's not here right now. You are the biggest reason why hockey is not here. It's not the players, it's you. Because you're stubborn.
Well,
Did I miss something? Is this the third segment already?
no.
Oh.
Anyway.
You all right? All right, we know his stance.
Yeah. Well, if you look at, I don't like lockouts.
No.
I flat out don't like this at all.
No.
I do think that Gary Bettman should have made a better effort to negotiate with the players, though the players have got to be held accountable too. And if you look at how because the players want more money, but the owners want more money too. Everything is about money, which is terrible.
Sure.
I mean, but to be honest with you, Gary Bettman,
right?
Sammy, Gary Bettman needs to go. He needs to go into witness protection. He needs to go into witness protection.
Steve Bartman would be a better owner, as a better commissioner in the NHL than Gary Bettman has. Period.
Steve Bartman,
Of course.
a Cubs fan?
Yeah.
A strange Cub fan who hasn't been seen in 8 years?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Steve Bartman.
But
Anyone can be a better owner than Gary Bettman, and you know that.
Heck, even our producer, Joe Valdez, can be a better producer.
Boy, oh boy, now you're really stretching.
Yep.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
all right.
right.
Let me, I've said this before probably on the show, but don't we think that a big problem with the NHL is that it's a sport that is not necessarily loved by the entire country, but it's for Detroit, for Chicago, for Canada,
Dallas.
New York,
Denver,
Dallas is not included.
Denver.
Possibly. Dallas. They don't even know what ice is.
Dallas is a good hockey team. They're a good hockey city.
No.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like they can move the Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Phoenix Coyotes, Dallas Stars.
We'll not move the Dallas
those
Stars.
4 teams alone, taking them out, moving them somewhere else, or just being done with it, would do this league
Dallas
real
will
good.
stay. Phoenix will probably go
All right, but
I honestly,
to Seattle.
I honestly think that Dallas is a very, very good town. I know their hockey fans love the Stars there. So I mean,
all 7 of them. Yeah, I know.
no, not all 7 of them.
Oh, all 6.
Whatever.
Oh boy. Well, all right. You all right? Did you get it all out?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can't suppress that. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little LO football, and I don't know if we have any call-outs left, but we'll see.
Gary Bettman, wow.
Orion Township presents Barn Days on Saturday, September 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Gather up the family and bring them down to Friendship Park to enjoy games, a petting farm, pony rides, food, and fun. Pick up some farm fresh produce at the farmer's market or take part in the Chamber Chili Challenge. Hop on board a hayride, but keep your head low because you just might encounter some Yankees and Rebels who don't realize the Civil War is over. Mark it down on your calendar, Barn Days, Saturday, September 8th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Friendship Park. Cost is only $5 per car. For more information, contact Orion Township Community Programs by calling 248-391-0304, extension 305, or visit www.oriontownship.org.
Yes, welcome back to Between Taorminas here on Orion Neighborhood Television.
Got Lake Orion football.
Last segment, we can calm down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
For a few minutes. All right, let's talk Lake Orion football, shall we?
42-7 again.
So I thought you guys said this was going to be like a tough game.
Thought that.
Well, thought that, but
Stony Creek
there
quarterback
was
went
a
down.
lot of there was a lot of surprises.
But credit Lake Orion right off the get-go. Right off the get-go, they
ran back
Nick
one.
Booker ran back one for a touchdown, and that was the game right there. That was it.
If they would have went for 2, they would have won.
Stony Creek was shell-shocked. they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. I mean, it was just.
It was an onslaught.
Lake Orion played. I would say Lake Orion played one of their better games.
So is Lake Orion? They getting some love here from the local writers yet, or what?
Well, right now I've been hearing that they've been ranked, according to Tom Markowski, they're 8th in the state poll. One poll has them still 16th. They still got no love. Another poll's got them ranked.
It's just a
7th.
poll.
I mean, like Lake Orion,
It's just a stupid poll.
It's just a poll, but but you got to look at what it is in the long term. We got playoffs coming right around the corner real soon, about only 5 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And we'll just see what happens with Lake Orion. I've been working on playoff maps and but I'm not going to
getting it mapped out already, huh?
I'm starting to get them mapped out.
Well, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, the last few games is just though I'll say it, the opponents, the opponents are a little bit down, but still, Lake Orion's been playing really good football.
Taking care of business.
They've been playing really good football as of late.
Unlike
it's only going to get better.
Unlike the Tigers are taking care of business,
True.
So all right, so we got Troy coming up.
Troy.
Yep.
At home.
At home.
Colts. We are TC.
Yep.
This is going to be a dangerous game for Lake Orion.
Talk to me. Why is that?
This is going to be a very dangerous game because Troy's expecting to have two of their best players back in them, Jarvis and Losi, because those two got hurt respectively in week 1 and week 2. One had a shoulder injury, the other one had a knee injury. It would surprise me if both of them do not play, but I think both of them are going to play this game because Troy needs this game. But also Lake Orion does in a sense too because I want to protect home turf.
All right.
And also not forget the Cherry Twins either.
The Cherry Twins?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, Troy is 3-1.
Who'd they lose to?
Their only loss was to Rochester.
The Falcons.
And that was that, and one of their quarterbacks got injured that
Losi.
day. And Troy will play a variety of positions. They'll spread you out. They'll play power football with the Cherry Twins. But the thing about Troy, one of their weaknesses has been their defense. Troy's been able to manhandle, other teams in the league benefiting from the weakness of the Red.
Okay.
Do I see that happening here?
No.
I think Lake Orion's going to win this game. Troy will give them a game. There's no doubt about it. Troy, I think, will play the Dragons tough, but I do think the Dragons are going to win this game. I mean, just too much firepower as far as the speed, as far as the pass, and also the defense is very much improved from last year.
Speed kills.
Jack Arnold didn't even get a carry this week against Stony Creek.
He got a couple.
Well, if you look at it here, I think the speed's going to be too much, but Troy does return. They do return Losi. They do return Jarvis. I wouldn't be surprised if they play in this game. I'm going to say Lake Orion wins this game.
Scoreboard.
Going to be 35-21.
Okay.
I'm not going to give
score
out a
from you.
but
all right.
I'm saying Lake Orion wins.
But
Lake
it's
Orion
going to be
defends
close.
Lake Orion defends home turf.
It's going to
come down to if the Dragons play. If they come out to play like they have been coming out to play, if you look at West Bloomfield, you look at Stony Creek, you look at Troy Athens, they came out ready to play.
Sure.
Oxford, in the second half, they did as well.
Woke up a little bit.
But, I mean, if they come ready to play, this could be a long night for Troy.
This is a dangerous game for Lake Orion. If you look at it here,
bit of a trap game, huh?
Jarvis will be back. Yeah, Losi could be back. I mean, and then you got the Cherry Twins. Mm-hmm. Then you got Wonderluck, who plays on both positions. I think if you look at this is a very dangerous match for Lake Orion. Lake Orion better not take Troy lightly, because if Troy comes out and gets off the gate, because their whole class is not beating Lake Orion. They're all correct. Full four classes not beating Lake Orion, and they're going to want Lake Orion in the worst way.
All right. Yep. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Have the replay right here on ONTV in a week. And all right.
Stony Creek's on this week.
Stony Creek's on in just a little while.
Yep.
All right. Talk to the people. Those are your people. Talk to them.
Well, I had a situation that actually happened at the Lake Orion Stony Creek game. I saw Joe Johnson. He came up to me, said hello.
Oh no.
Okay. I saw a red card. Our speaker, Joe Velez. our director.
Oh,
Joe,
Oh.
why? Simple. I want to say hi to you. I want to say hi to you. Talk about how life was going. You didn't say hi. I'm sad about it.
you can't just say hello?
I'm disappointed. Can't you just say hello? You just ignored me. You're probably under the stress, you know. Your boss was not there. I mean, it's just, Joe,
He's probably occupied by aliens on his head.
maybe. Look at that picture.
Wow.
But, Joe,
Ouch.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, you deserve to be put on the list after ignoring me last week. Simple as that.
It's got to hurt, huh? Oh.
Well, a lot of people know about. I found out there's another athletic director who doesn't like me.
You have too many of those.
Apparently, you know, he said to me, you know, aren't you supposed to be at home? I said, no. I mean, like, you know, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I mean? And I go like, I said, that's it. You're being called out. You know what?
Oh, no.
The guy I'm going to call is Stony Creek's athletic director, Steve Redman. Steve, oh, sorry, Shane Redman, excuse me. Shane, what? Let's look at you here. I hear you got rumors, you got connections to Bob Dowd over at Troy Athens. Why do you say you want to throw me in the slammer? Why do you want to throw me in the slammer? What have I done to you? I haven't done anything to you. It's like, I also hear you have connections to Canada.
What?
Oh, Canada. You know, Steve.
Shane.
I'm sorry, Shane. I've not done anything wrong to you except be nice, respectable, and of course, be a normal, good citizen. Why do you have a problem with me? I've never done anything with you. You know, you always said like I'm done. And I hear you got connection to Bob Dowd. Bob Dowd who wants me in the clink. What has Bob Dowd done to me? Shane, don't be a Bob Dowd. I'm crying out loud. Don't be a Bob Dowd. I'm done.
Oh, my Lord. Woo! Wow, okay, so, you all right?
Tired.
Oh, that's shouting. You all right? Pride hurt a little bit?
I'm hurt because Joe Velez didn't come up and say hi to me.
Well,
He hurt my feelings.
that's rude. That's rude if
I
you
know
ask
it
me.
is. He hurt my feelings.
Well, of all that we learned here today,
At least Joe Johnson said hi.
well, he's a courtesy, he's a courteous man.
But that's all right. Joe will probably say hi to me on Friday.
No? Okay, well, of all we've learned today, we've learned a lot.
Yes.
We've learned that Gary Bettman is the biggest loser in sports.
That's one thing we've learned. That's probably number 2 on the list. Number 1,
We learned that Ian Weatherspoon is sad.
that's number 3. Number 1, don't be a Bob Dowd.
Yep. Don't be a Bob Dowd.
His parents must be very unproud of him, or whatever. Okay,
He
well,
loves you.
hey. Huh?
He loves you.
Bob Dowd?
He loves both of you.
Uh-oh.
Poor Bob Dowd.
Yep.
All right, well, any final words real
Nope.
quick?
Nope.
No?
Nah.
Good night, Lake Orion.
Good night, Lake Orion.